If we don't practice these leaps deliberately and work them into our playing motions, they can disrupt our performance of the piece and sometimes cause us to have anxiety or uncertainty when playing through the piece. Hello, I'm Dr. Rosa LoGuidice, and I'm on the piano faculty at Hammer Strings Conservatory. Today, I'm going to give some technique tips on how to practice and master leaps with confidence in different levels of piano repertoire. Leaps occur frequently in piano music because of the large range of the instrument and because composers use sudden shifts in registers to create excitement and dramatic effect in their music. If we don't practice these leaps deliberately and work them into our playing motions, they can disrupt our performance of the piece and sometimes cause us to have anxiety or uncertainty when playing through the piece, which we certainly don't want. When we practice with the correct technique and steps, we can master the most difficult and fast leaps in the great piano literature that everyone loves to learn and play. Some general tips for any leap is to develop a rebound technique with a relaxed arm. If we stop the arm motion and make a separate motion for the leap, it can slow us down and cause arm tension, which will make it difficult to play the leap without a hiccup. To feel a loose rebound motion with the arm, you can imagine yourself bouncing a ball. You just think about letting the arm fall with weight and gravity, and when you land on the keys, the momentum will send your arm back up again. First, practice bouncing on an open fifth, and then release a little more weight to send your hand down into your lap, like this. And now a bigger drop to bounce into your lap. This added impulse is also enough to execute a leap. So we use the rebound from the arm drop on the first note of the leap to send the hand in a relaxed way to the second note or chord of the leap. So if I wanted to leap up an octave from where I was just playing, I would use a bigger arm drop and just look where I have to go first, make a bigger drop, and let the hand jump up there. Like that. And now I've gone to a higher register without too much effort. Now, I'd like to look at two examples in the piano literature where we can practice leaps using the rebound technique. The first piece I'd like to look at is the Musette in D major by J.S. Bach. This is a famous piece that most students play at some point in their development, and it's a beginning to intermediate level piece. The beginning of the piece sounds like this. As you can see, both hands have to leap at the same time from outer registers to the middle register without any rest in between. Students often put rest in incorrectly to move their hands, and then I show them the rebound technique so they can leap quicker in a relaxed way. The first thing is to think about the notes in the leap that are closest together. So for the right hand, we have to go from thumb on this high D down to the F sharp above middle C with the third finger, which is less than an octave. And I would practice the four notes before the leap and stopping on the leap like this. Or even slower. And then you would see what you have to do to execute the leap effectively in the right hand. Then we would practice the left hand. In the left hand, the leap is even less because the thumb is on the D, and then we just have to flip to the 3 on the F sharp right above that. So I practice the broken octave and then stopping on the F sharp like this. And then we would practice hands together slowly just for that little part. And when we've taken the leap apart like that, after several times practicing and increasing the speed, we can add the rest of the passage and incorporate the leap into playing the whole passage. The next piece I'd like to look at is an early Beethoven sonata, the Sonata No. 1 in F minor. This is a very fun piece and very dramatic for early advanced students. The leap in question occurs towards the end of the first or exposition section, and it sounds like this. As you can see, both hands hands have to leap very quickly with no rests in between from the middle of the piano to outer registers. So we would practice it the same way. In this case, I would think about the hand that has to leap first, which is the left hand, and practice that first. The left hand has to leap using the pinky on both notes from a D flat down to a low C. So I would practice the 4 notes leading up to the leap, stopping on the first note of the leap like this. Using some added momentum on that pinky with a D flat. And then I'll practice a right hand leap next. The right hand has to leap fairly far, but there's an 8th rest to help us do that. So we have to leap over an octave in that case. If we use enough staccato and rebound on the E flat, it'll send us up to the high A flat. And then the next step is to practice hands together slowly. And once the student has practiced that several times, we can increase speed and then add more measures before and after to practice incorporating the leap into the rest of the piece. So, in conclusion, when practiced consciously, working in the rebound technique, isolating the leap, and then putting it in the context of the whole piece, students of all levels can tackle leaps with confidence to enhance their performance of these great masterpieces. Thank you.